a month and a half's worth of anticipation waiting for us to start this new journey. Of course, this is the first time on the channel that we are actually starting the journey from the start. And I'm excited, I'm really excited. I've loaded up some FIFA points. I thought that since it's the very first episode, we will get into some packs and then we will get into a draft, and then we'll go from there. I am intending to get out as much content as possible. We'll see how that goes. What squad building challenges are there for the release of the game? They normally don't release too many, do they? So there's a Di Maria one, there's an early access one, and a marquee matchups. Interesting. Now these are locked. I wonder why they're locked. Is that because the game's not fully out just yet? Please complete the squad building challenges intro before. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. So this is the first episode, so I hope that the sound is all fine. I hope that the sound in game is not too overpowering. I wonder if I can adjust it in here. I don't think I can. Whoops, no, we do not want to back out. So, let's get into some packs, shall we? Let's start the episode as we mean to go on. What do we have waiting for us here? So we have customizations pack, a historic cover icon pack, guarantees one base icon player from the following selection: Ronaldinho, Henry, Roberto Carlos, Rooney, or Kaká. Well, obviously, I'm hoping that I get Ronaldinho, but I think Henry, honestly, any of them would be good, but I would like to avoid a defensive one if I could. I think the order I'd like them in would be Ronaldinho, Henry, Rooney, Kaká, and then Roberto Carlos. So let's clear these first. I'm really not sure about animations in this new FIFA. I think basically I'm unsure about everything. Everything's new, so we'll go through it together. We'll learn about chemistry and the way the new draft works and all sorts. So I think this is the same, and my R2 button is just as sensitive as ever. Let's get into bronze packs. Just a standard player there. I am tempted to just try and sell absolutely everything at the start of the game. But we may need these Austrian players actually for an SBC. So I think I'll try and keep... Okay, so these are untradeable, so never mind. Okay, so into this icon loan pack, and actually I think as loans go, this might be the most valuable loan we get all year. So let's hope that we get a decent one. Let's hope for Brazil. Okay, I'm happy with that. That was my second favourite choice. I was expecting a walkout, I have to say. But there we go. Henry in the club. That will work nicely. So let's get into some of these packs. These are all the packs that we have, unfortunately, for now. I'm very much not expecting anything decent from these. FIFA's always incredibly hard to pack from at the start of the game. So Catella is our first packed player of this FIFA. So I think we should kind of focus on getting our coins up to begin with. So I think we're going to try to get our coins up that way. I keep forgetting that it's not square to buy the pack. Kamara. Of course, the position modifiers are very different this time around, aren't they? Each player has a set of specific positions they can play, and the position modifier can change any player whatsoever. I wonder how expensive these are going to be on the market. So let's, in fact, I'm going to start selling a few of these contracts because I expect us to have a fair few of them. I do wonder if the PSG might sell. And I think that there's a possibility that may well sell too. I need to remember to press square when opening the packs. That's pretty decent. That's not bad at all. There's something quite weird going on in Spain with Griezmann, isn't there? There's something about him only being able to play 30 minutes per game because of some legal issue. It's really strange, but I'm very happy to back him. That's not bad. We also got Zucre, Oriol, Renault, and Barreau. We will sell these. I'm going to stick all those sorts of things up in the sell because I honestly just don't know whether you will be able to sell them or not. I don't have enough experience yet to know exactly what sells and what doesn't. I think what we will do is we'll open 4 more, take ourselves down to around 11,000 points, and then we will jump into our draft. That's a non-rare player, so we will skip it. Sensi, oh dear, that's not a centre back we want to be starting with. Ketruda, Bell, lots of contracts. We're going to sell these ones. Deadeye, might keep the Dortmund kit, and we'll stick the Tifo up there. Somebody might be looking for a Welsh Tifo early on in the game. Mignolet, of course, a former Liverpool goalkeeper. Mario Gaspar, Dubois, Horn. We're going to sell these, we're going to sell that. These position modifiers do seem to come quite often, and I guess they are a non-rare item, so that's good. I was a little bit worried about that because I felt like they might end up something like the fitness cards used to be. The squad fitnesses actually made quite a lot of coins. Trading with the fitness cards, but they were a real pain, weren't they? Okay, let's open 2 more packs. Gabriel Polystar. In fact, let's just go all the way down to 11,000, so we'll open 2 more now, I think it is. So we've got Gabriel Polystar. I'm sorry about my squeaky desk. Romagnoli, Ayoze Perez, Vestergaard. Oh gosh, that's the lowest base we've seen so far. 32. We have this Liga Portugal manager who we will sell. a Sentinel Guardian, a Corinthians badge, which is pretty cool actually. And we'll sell everything else. So 2 more packs and then we're into the draft. Oh, Arnautovic, who I believe Manchester United were trying to sell in the off-season. It's not sell, sign. I believe Manchester United were after him. So Arnautovic, Simeone, Florenzi, Akapo. Then we got some more contracts. We got a marksman, a goalkeeper basic, and some other random stuff that we're not worried about. So I wonder what, if you look at where my name is above, where it says red arrows, established 2016, and then there's the coins, and then there's my FIFA points. What is the star thing? I have absolutely no idea what that is. I wonder if that's important, something I should know. Okay, final pack of the episode. Bonucci, not bad, not bad. Base-wise, he looks fairly unusable, but it's always nice to back an 84 rated player, even though there really isn't much need for the higher rated players just yet. But in time there will be. So the second player is Trejo. Then we got Defrel, Brobby, and then we have a Spanish manager which I will keep because I believe that's our first one. We should maybe keep him and we'll get rid of everything else. Okay, so there we have it. So now we're going to move on to the draft. We have what's this? Oh, okay. So last night on the web app, I decided that I would check to see if the bronze pack method works. And it actually kind of looked like it possibly would work. I didn't put enough time into it to really see, but I think there's a good possibility that currently the bronze pack method is actually working. What's this side image we have here? Check out chemistry style items on the transfer market to customize how chemistry boosts influence your players. Okay, and there's nothing else on the other two. So the draft is going to be interesting because, of course, there is a completely new system, and that is new for us all. We will Ultimate Draft. Welcome to Ultimate Draft. Draft a squad and start your win streak to earn packs, coins, and more. Pick your players, build your squad, test your team building skills, and pick the best player for each position from a 5-player draw. You'll need to make key choices based on player quality and team chemistry. Win big, earn great prizes, etc. Okay, so the first draft of FIFA 23, a brand new system. What do we have here? So here we're just going to explore the draft. We're not too worried about high rated drafts. I mean, we don't really know how the rating is going to work currently either, so I'm definitely not too worried about pushing the rating. I just like to build something nice and maybe explore the chemistry a little bit, so we're going to pick something that might be fun to play with. Of course, I'm not exactly sure how much difference this is going to have, and of course I'm not sure what formations are good this FIFA. Of course, with chemistry working so differently, the choice isn't going to be quite so important, I think, when it comes Um, this is interesting. A 4-3-2-1 with two centre forwards and a striker. That's a new formation, isn't it? That's very interesting. Wow. I'm just going to clear my throat 1 second. Now, do we pick that formation? When it said 4-3-2-1, I just expected it to be a right forward and a left forward, so have they gotten rid of the right forward and the left forward positions, I wonder? I'm just going to go through these other formations and check to see that they are as they always have been, and they are. So I actually think I'm going to pick this 4-3-2-1 formation because it's new. At least it's changed, and it might be interesting to see. It does look like they've probably got rid of the left forward and right forward. That'll be interesting to see what sort of players we can pick for those positions. You know what? Let's go with a 3-4-2-1 to start with, because it's basically the same thing, but we do get an extra midfielder. So select your captain. Your captain will be one of the best players you draft. You can build your squad around him or improvise and change the direction of your squad as you go. Get your draft started and choose your captain. So another thing I'm wondering is, are we able to, for example, if we pick Mo Salah, I'm assuming that he's going to have positions such as right wing, centre forward and right mid as his positional choices. Will we get to choose between those when we select him? Because currently, if we pick a right winger, he's not going to get the chemistry that he needs because we don't have the right wing position. We have right midfield and we have centre forward, so I'm very interested to discover whether we can actually do that or not. So I'm actually thinking that I'm going to pick Salah just to see how that works. He may just end up being a substitute. I mean, look, this is the first. Oh, this isn't actually our selection, I don't think. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, I just needed to hit X. So I'm going to pick Salah just to figure out how this works. So he is there. Can we swap his position? I'm sure the people who knew that we couldn't were screaming, don't do it, don't do it. So, if I put him there, okay, so I am wondering if he's moved to a position where, let's check his positions. So he can actually play right mid, he doesn't have a centre forward, which is quite surprising actually, considering his actual position at Liverpool is much more of a right forward than a right winger. So I'm guessing sometimes we get offered him as a right midfielder, and sometimes we get offered him as a right mid. Oh no! Please don't do that. So toggle chemistry view, hold. Okay. I wonder how that's going to work out in these drafts, but let's get into it. And again, it's offering us. We picked centre forward, and it's offering us strikers like it would in the old game. But you can't, or at least from what I have seen so far, you can't actually change it. I'm going to pick Correa because he looks like the best player here. And of course, Salah can't actually earn chemistry by the looks of things if he's not in the right position, so that's interesting. We're going to have to work check out this, see how it goes. Now this is quite a cool choice that we have here. I feel like I want to try out this Haaland card the most. I think I want to try out Haaland the most out of these players. So I'm going to actually go with Haaland here. And it does look like Haaland is getting some chemistry, I think, from Mo Salah, even though Mo Salah doesn't earn chemistry himself because of his wrong position. Let's go with Diogo Jota. He seems to be the obvious pick here. We could go with Depay. I think Depay, his card looks pretty damn decent actually. I mean, if you compare the two cards between Jota and Depay, you'd have to say that Depay's card is quite a bit better. The only thing that Jota really has going for it, I guess, he does have a lot higher defence, but you're really not thinking about that in this position. So, on merit, you'd probably go for Depay over Jota, but because of the team we're building. So we do have 3 Premier League teams, but these 2 players do not have one chemistry, so the fact that Salah is in the wrong position, it is stopping him from giving these players here a chemistry point. That's quite interesting. Now I do wonder if there is just, for some reason, that I'm not understanding. I wonder if there's like a way to switch it over that I just don't understand. It's not in here, right? No. Okay, well, I think at this point I'm just going to assume that you can't do that. But it's important for us to learn these things, I think. I would like to take the Tuchemeni card. João Martino, I mean, his card just looks absolutely terrible. That 47 pace really is a slap in the face for any Premier League player, I think. I think we're going to take Tuchemeni. Again, his pace isn't great. I think actually if you compare these 2 cards, that Sergi Dardo there looks a lot better than Tuchemeni. But last year I did really enjoy this card, so I'm going to go with it. We don't have too many defensive players, so it's probably not a bad idea to pick a defence-minded midfielder. We could pick Tolisso here just for the French link. We do have 2 other La Liga options, but neither of them are really screaming out to me to pick them. Joe and Jordan looking the better of the 2. 59 pace, we'd have a 59 pace and a 70 pace midfield. Probably not a good idea when they're going to have to be tracking back and going forward. But there's a very good chance we don't get Tolisso on camp, but let's pick him anyway. You know, we're exploring this, so these 2 actually have gained chemistry. So that the Nation link looks to be stronger than the League link. That's interesting. Right, who do we get for left midfield? Gordon looks like the choice here. I didn't realise that Redmond had gone to Turkey. Let's go with Gordon. So now our Premier League players, other than Mo Salah, are on 1 game. So we actually currently have a total of 5 out of 33. That's not great, is it? Niakate seems to be the perfect pick here. I mean, of these anyway. And then the next one, let me just take a quick drink. Okay. Do we take Cordoba here? I'm not really thinking that we're probably going to end up starting Correa at centre forward. But I would like to sort of experiment and see how this works out, so let's pick him. So Correa instantly has a full cam. Is that because he doesn't get any bad links? I wonder. That would be interesting. If that is the case, then it seems to be a no-brainer that you would take the hero card regardless. Okay, I think maybe we take Nacho here. I don't think that Delict out would help. I don't think we'd be able to get Delict in the team. So I think we take Nacho. Okay, so now we're at 13 out of 33. Salah being a big problem, I think, for this. It seems a fairly well coordinated team, so it's it might be quite hard to get chemistry this year. Let's see how it goes though. Martinez. I think Martinez is the pick. He's got quite a strong upgrade this year, it seems. Good on him. He deserves it. Okay, so we're at 21 out of 33. That made a big difference. Of course, he also links well to Correa. I apologise for the squeaks. I really do. It's something I need to fix in the near future. We are moving home, so I think I may buy a new desk and a new chair. Right. Kulusevski doesn't help us, of course, because he's a right winger, not a right midfielder. Going to have to remember this when we're drafting in the future. It's going to be quite hard to just not pick with the old habits, and of course it does take away the opportunity to play a left back and right back and such. Let's take him anyway. Wow, Matic's pace is fantastic. Spinazzola. I'm surprised he's a left wing back. But I guess he might have like a left wing back card and can we see it in here? Left back and left midfield. Interesting. Okay. What do we go with here? Let's just go with Spinazzola. Foden, of course, who we just can't play in this formation because of it. Let's have a look at his. So he has a left mid, a cam, and a centre forward card. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So take him because nothing else improves us here. Okay, so we could take Guedes. Again, it's not going to improve us, we're not going to play him over Haaland. But I don't really see an upgrade here at all. So let's just take the highest rated, which I'm not sure. So we do have a rating, and we have a stars. What is the stars? This is going to be, it's really interesting to find out over the next few months. Well, I imagine it'll be the next couple of weeks really before we know exactly the lay of the land when it comes to draft and what we're looking at and what everything means. Learning how to maximise the chemistry is going to take a bit of time. I think that we need to somehow get a replacement for Salah and maybe 2 more Premier League players to actually maximise our... Or I think if we could get another French Premier League player, that would be huge. But I think I read that the chemistry doesn't actually affect the players' attributes in game, the way they play, so I'm really not sure what chemistry means this year. But we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Should we take Bamba here? I think we probably should. And that would give us a -5. Interesting. And of course we could play pretty much anyone there because that's, I'm not sure if that's, I'm not sure how I feel about that. And we're just not getting offered any midfielders here, so that's right midfielders or left midfielders. Everything seems to come out as a winger position, of course. They all seem to have the alternate position. I really do wonder if you should be able to. I'm going to take Anthony because his card actually looks quite a fun card to use, so I might sub him on. There's a left midfielder, but I think we do have a left midfielder already, so it doesn't change anything. Maybe we should take Decore here. There's Van de Beek. We don't have any Man United players or any Dutch players, so it would just be the basic league upgrade. I think I'm just going to take the best card here, and it does look to be Forsberg. Onto the defenders. I wonder what Reece James's positions are. Okay, so it's just right wing back or right back, and they have a preferred position. So is draft just the preferred position? If it is, that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. It would be nice if maybe you got, say, maybe 3 position changes per draft. That would be kind of nice. Let's take Marquinhos. I think we do have, no, I guess we do. Let's take Marquinhos. Nothing helps us here because of course we don't have a left back or a right back. So we'll take Svensson. Henderson. so it actually doesn't change the chemistry. Okay, so this was interesting. I do really wonder how it's going to work. It seems like it's going to be very difficult to get the full 33 chemistry, which I'm not against. But I don't like how skilled, so I'd much rather draft be as skillful as possible. And I think if they gave you the option to use some position changes, I'm sorry, I'm just noticing how high Foden looks. He looks like he's on the middle of a session, doesn't he? So, like I was saying, I like it when games that have a lock factor try to maximise the skill, and I think that having to take into account several positions per player, whilst it would make some parts of the draft a lot easier, it would also up the skill level because you would have a lot more to take into account, and it would take away a lot of the luck. And I think that draft does need a certain amount of luck, but it doesn't need, like, FIFA has so many luck mechanics in it that it honestly doesn't feel like there's a single part of the game that doesn't have a decent amount of luck involved. Even playing games, there seems to be far more luck involved than there should be. It often, often to similarly skilled players, luck is often what comes down to deciding the games, and I don't like that. So I think that on draft you really should be able to pick the player's position. I think that would make it better. I'm not sure what difference this will make. So it does make a difference, okay. I think that managers might be absolutely huge this year for draft, but again, that is another luck-based thing, so that's another thing we're going to have to take into account. So what does come up on the screen here? So we have a squad. Okay, so that's how the rating is going to be worked out. It's going to be the 33 plus the rating, giving you a total rating. Okay, that's interesting. That's not bad, but again, it's not a complaint, but I think that it would probably work better if we were given the option to change players' position. I just want to double check that there's like not some. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There's not something that I can do to change it. There's not something I'm missing, is there? No. So like I say, you're getting this raw. This is my first time trying to figure this out, and we will get this figured out, but I thought that instead of me going in and working it all out, it might be nice just to see me trying to make ends meet of it all, trying to see me work out what's going on. And I think that this formation is a bad one. If it's going to be this way, it seems that left mids and right mids, if it's going to be on preferred position, left mids and right mids are going to be very hard to come by, especially the good ones. So I think you're going to want to concentrate on, again, like last last year the winger formations, but even more so this year because you're not going to be able to get away with playing a right winger in right mid and getting 90% of your chemistry. If your player like Salah, for example, isn't able to play in that position, it doesn't just affect him, it's every player that connects to him. For example, Haaland and Jota, for example, would be on better chemistry if he was able to play that position. I think if we actually had a right midfielder instead of a right winger, we might even have got to 30. I don't know. So yeah, it was still fun. It's really fun learning the new game. So I'm looking forward to this year. I think learning it and getting better at it's going to be a lot of fun. So there we go, guys and girls. That was the first episode of the new series. I'm going to go now and play those games. I'm going to learn the new game. Expect plenty of content coming from me. If you got this far, please consider leaving a like and a subscription, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay